Alrighty, what we're going to look at here is using Excel to do a moving average. Okay, remember a moving average is a line that averages out the costs of buying the shares, so you can find some indicators to buy and sell. So you can use this in a project. So I've just grabbed some data off the internet and I've got it all sorted here, but if you have a look at the moment, I've got two groups, the date and the close price, but this is the most recent date and it goes back in time. So I actually want to flip that around the other way, otherwise my graph's going to be a bit nonsensical. So if you highlight both the columns, then come around to here and go, let's go sort oldest to newest. It should flick them around there so it starts with the earliest date and goes backwards. So now we've got it at the first time, we've got our data, and now goes to the latest time. Now if we're going to do a moving average, what we want to do is we want to look at creating a graph that has the share price on it plus our moving average, and we can experiment with whether it's a 5-day, 10-day or whatever. So I'm going to do a 5-day moving average. So what that does is it averages the prices out over 5 days. So that's our day number 1, day number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So if we found the average of all of those ones, that would be really sweet. Okay, so the way you do this in Excel is just type in average, then put a bracket and then highlight the numbers that you want it to average and put a bracket at the end. Okay, so that's my 5-day moving average because it's averaging those first 5 numbers, B2 to B6, which are these ones in here. Okay, that gives me 5 numbers. Now if you move the cursor and it goes to a cross like that and double click, it will then copy that formula down and it will then find the average of each day rolling through. So if you look at this one, B2 to B6, the next one is B3 to B7, B4 to B8. See how it's just moving down a cell every single time, which is wonderful. So that's a 5-day moving average. If you're going to do a 10-day, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you could do same thing, equal average, and then go across to these prices here, which is my close prices, and then put a bracket at the end and go enter, and we're in. And then you can just double click and it will drag down. We'll put in a title here, 5-day. So what you need to do now before you draw your graph is to just label the top of it so we know what's going on. So we got a 5-day and a 10-day moving average. If we then highlight these ones like this, go to insert line graph, we can grab a line graph of that data that you've got there, and notice automatically across here it's given you the close price, which is the blue, the 5-day moving average and the 10-day moving average. Notice how these start staggered because that's 5 days before the beginning 10 days, and as you can see they're both giving you sell indicators, and back here you're just starting to get a little bit of a buy one there, but not much at all. So this isn't going very well for your share price and for buying and selling. So you can use this information in your project and you can look at key places in the history of your shares where you could have bought and sell depending on what kind of moving average you use. Remembering the bigger the moving average, the more spread out and more gentle that curve will be, and the more conservative your buy and sell prices will be.